Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Wonderful. Really? A goocher?
A goocher.
Day before we board plane? Day before Mike Lindell Day? Really? Hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Cast, powered by DealsInTheD.com. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hi, Jay.
Hello, Mike. A goocher, for those listening and wondering what a goocher is, it's when we break the salt, I smell the salt, and then I toss the salt to Miguel, and it either hits a microphone or a microphone stand, or he just duffs it.
Wait.
And it falls to the ground.
How often do I duff it?
Yeah.
Not very often.
It's happened.
Easus duffs it.
Today it hit the microphone.
Yeah, today was your fault.
Thus being declared a goocher.
I was
bad luck.
Hopefully the bad luck is only for today, and we don't have to deal with this tomorrow. But I was already mad at you coming in.
Why? What did I do? What did I do?
You know, would you leave my fucking goat alone, please? What is the deal with you and my goat?
Did I get your goat again?
Why are you? No, absolutely not. As you can see, I am just fine. My goat has not been gotten, but you keep trying to get my goat, and
your goat's gotten. No, some dude started a thing on Twitter,
which was bullshit.
No, it harkens back to my claim that The Catch, Dwight Clark, Joe Montana, isn't that great of a play.
That is the dumbest thing you've ever said. Like,
it's really
you
not.
say a lot of dumb things.
Please, everyone, watch The Catch and tell me if this is that remarkable.
Okay, so yesterday
we're not going to we're not going to redo the whole Catch debate.
Oh, we are. We might. We just might. Quickly, because I had a grievance yesterday that was deemed bona fide. I believe I got one bona fide minus from the crew, but I said basically that, jumping 6 inches off the ground to catch a ball that maybe was going to go over the fence is not that remarkable of a play that we needed on our ESPN top 10 list, like at the top of it, especially in a preseason baseball game.
I recall the grievance.
Yeah. And so some smart ass on Twitter's like, oh, yeah, unremarkable plays like the catch, you mean? Simple pitch and catch. And then Jay can't let my goat alone, and so he knows I'm going to take personal offense at this slight. And so he piles into the thing, and I don't know what you said, too. Like
I called it a pitch and catch.
Yeah.
I've seen it a million times.
Any middling high school quarterback could do it. And I was like, are you... I see what you trolls are doing right now. You're after my goat, and it's not going to work. You're not going to get it. But it's like the idea. It's like, dude, anybody can make a 15-yard pass and have the receiver catch it. It's just not that remarkable play.
He barely jumped. Barely leapt.
He's the tallest receiver on the field. The coverage
was amazing. Everybody just Google this or Bing it better off. And
don't you think
go to
context
YouTube
matters
right now, everyone.
To just
watch
declare,
this unbelievable play.
To just declare it's got its own name. The Catch.
I
didn't name it.
The league has come a long way, hasn't it? Honestly, dude, you watch like old Lynn Swann catches in the Super Bowl.
Some of them are great.
They're not that great, honestly.
Some of them, that one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about,
end zone.
Dude. I know what you're talking about, and it's like you've seen 15 better ones in the meantime. Honestly,
don't you think though it counts when you go?
The athleticism has increased so much in the last 25 years.
I understand that, but when you're talking about 58 seconds left, third down,
wasn't even the last play of the game. Last play of the game was an interception, right?
No, fumble recovery and then a knee.
Yeah.
But
that was necessary for the 49ers to even win that game. That wasn't like a walk-off.
And today, by the way, the tackle that was made, I can't remember who it was, Drew Pearson or whoever caught the ball like over midfield and was gone. They were going to score a touchdown, and I don't remember which DB, maybe Ronnie Lott, like horse collar. Like today, that would be illegal as shit, but got him like here out of nowhere, got him inside the shoulder pads.
So he cheated to cause the fumble, thus making the catch relevant.
But that's like,
if not for the cheat, the catch isn't even relevant.
Yeah, but it's
not even mentioned. Nobody remembers it.
That's like making, changing the speed limit in a school zone to 10, and then giving tickets to everybody over the last couple of years that it's gone over 10. Like it wasn't illegal then. It wasn't a big deal.
Oh, okay.
The horse collar.
I'm not gonna kill you on that.
Yeah.
Fact is, the catch didn't end the game.
58 seconds left. With a trip to the Super Bowl on the line, the start of a dynasty with Ed Too Tall Jones and two of his cohorts in your face, backpedaling off your back foot, launches a ball where only his guy can catch it at the highest point that Dwight Clark's ever probably jumped in his life to catch that ball.
With your grandpa in the picture.
Yeah, Tom Brady, too.
We understand your love for Montana and your need to bone Montana at some point in your life.
It's not that. It's that the argument like, oh, yeah, any high school kid. It's like, yes, I understand. I can make the throw. I can throw it 15 yards. You have to take the whole thing into account.
Mike, this catch has been marketed.
And you're trying to get my fucking goat,
the
and I don't appreciate it. I don't have much in this world, Jay. I'm a miserable fuck, and I have very little. And when you try to get my goat about the thing I actually give a shit about, it's not fair. And
I won't belabor it then. You can have that.
Oh, go ahead.
Have your little catch.
No, I'm not going to do that. No, you're not. Don't patronize me.
No, my point is, what I just made a moment ago, it really holds. Like, the athleticism is so much better now, and that play, honestly, it's, you see it every week. You really do. And I understand it was a big game, but, dude, okay, pick whatever big game this year in the playoffs, and you will see a similar catch.
Yeah, but coming down the wire like
58 seconds left? Mike, why isn't the Vikings catch last year, the walk-off against the Saints, the catch? I mean, that was a way big...
Well, they've already...
That was a walk-off, man.
They've already got the catch, so they would have to name something else. The catch 2... The catch
Part 2.
2.0.
Part 2.
Something. The best part, did you watch the little video I sent you?
I don't watch any video. People send me videos. I don't watch them. Just FYI, emailers. I don't watch your videos.
I tweeted at you, you assholes. It was like, yeah, why don't you watch this really quick? And it's just a 3-minute thing on that whole play, the breakdown. Yeah, it is. And they're like, I've always wondered why Joe Montana was not in the end zone celebrating with Dwight Clark after the catch.
Oh, we've always wondered that, haven't we, Jesus?
Not me. This is the announcer. Okay. We've always wondered why it was. And so they're...
Is he that NFL Films guy?
Something like
Field.
that. One of those guys. And they show everyone like mobbing Dwight Clark, and Joe Montana's, where is he? Why isn't he there with his team? He's not like his team? No, he got up and earlier in the year, the 49ers had smoked the Cowboys, and the Cowboys were like, nah, they didn't meet the real Cowboys. We don't respect them. And so while everyone's celebrating the end zone, Montana is in Ed Too Tall Jones' face going, respect that, motherfucker! Yeah. And then run off the field. And so...
Was it Antonio Brown who won the Super Bowl with that dive and the toe in? I think he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Maybe.
Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown, I think, ended a Super Bowl and won it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe the John Taylor catch, honestly, to win the Super Bowl. Wasn't that?
That's up there.
Catch,
yeah, it's up there.
The catch.
Well, you can argue.
Wasn't a lot going on in the league back then.
Okay, are you trying to make the argument that big plays happen in the NFL? Yeah, I would agree. Big plays happen in the NFL. It doesn't mean that the immaculate reception isn't great anymore.
It's not that immaculate.
It's not that great, but
yeah,
probably touched the ground. But who knows?
But if you were a big Steelers fan, that would be your favorite play ever.
But I can understand. I'm not going to take that from him. It's part of the history of the game. No problem with that. And I know what you're doing. I don't even think you believe this. I think you're just trying to get goats where you can, because that's in your personality. It's part of your personality is to get goats. Am I right, E?
I don't know what to think on either of this, by the way. I don't really
He's just
care that
through
much.
The era. He doesn't.
I know that's the problem. I don't really. I disagree with Jay because we've already talked about this before.
Because you're Jay and a
no, we've already talked about this before. I disagree because you have to look at the context of the time. On the same hand, I just don't care that much. So I mean,
well, I'm going to show you the 3-minute video.
You should also.
I'm going to show you that after the show.
Okay, you should just not even worry about it. Who cares what he thinks? You think what you think and just be fine with that.
I know, but I don't like the fact that he's attempting to get my goat.
I didn't do anything. The Twitter guy did. The guy, I think it was Matt. Matt was getting your goat.
Well, he didn't. So you know. Clearly he didn't.
Yeah. Although, Mike, I will
bother you at all. You just spent 10 minutes on him.
You put all this stuff into context.
And his criticism of the catch.
I wanted to make it fucking damn clear that my goat was not gotten today.
Don't anybody criticize Mike on Twitter. They might just get 10 minutes of fame out of it.
But here's the thing. You sit there and say that it needs to be taken into perspective of the time or this or that. Then you sat here when I did the Olympics and said you could have beat the people in the Olympics.
I could have. Dude, there is... Hold on. Bag up. There is a distinct difference between the earliest days of the building of sports.
Bag up, Terry. What do you reverse, Terry?
In 1982.
I'm just...
Like, dude.
I don't think that there
leather helmet football, Jay could have played. You could play leather helmet football, don't you think? I think you could. And I could have skied in that fucking Olympics.
Okay.
Gentlemen, Let's start this show out right.
Douglas!
Come on, Jesus, here we go. Gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him our best friend.
Oh, shit. Doug.
Oh, he's taking the low part today.
Doug.
Well done, Jesus.
Good,
Buying or
nice
selling a
harmony.
home can be one of the most stressful times of a person's life. Doug Steinert at Century 21 Campbell wants to make the sale of your old home or the purchase of your dream home as stress-free as possible. Call Douglas at 248-765-1781. Let him and the team at Century 21 Campbell make your home purchasing dreams a reality. Call him, 248-765-1781. As for fellow DetroitCast listener Douglas Steinert, who wants to show your house today. It's beautiful out there. People should be wandering around looking at houses.
Absolutely.
With Doug Steinert.
It's gorgeous. I spent quite a bit of time outside today. I gotta
Why?
say, the sunshine was wonderful. I had some errands to do. As you know, Jay, my license expired on my birthday.
Yeah,
Back
September
in September
12th.
of 2017. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm jumping on a flight for Mike Lindell Day tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to need some
I'm probably going to
ID,
need an
photo ID.
that's up to date. And then I was like, who needs it? I
You
got
must
my
have a
passport.
passport, yeah?
Got my passport.
Oh, is that expired
It
too?
expired last month. And I was like, God damn it. And so, yeah, I had to go make arrangements.
Jumping on a flight to Minnesota with my
Yeah.
passport.
Can you imagine what an asshole I would have felt like if watching you and E leave the gate in your
Yeah.
spirit playing like, bye, guys. And they won't let me on because I'm such a shithead that I didn't have time over the last... And it's just been hard to find the time over the last 6 months. I got to be honest with you.
I understand.
You've been
You know what I
busy,
mean?
man.
I've been a busy
trying
boy.
To think about.
Yep, I'm a busy
Did you
boy.
do something a few weekends ago or something?
I think I did.
That's my point. Like,
Yeah.
You've been busy.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had to go over there today, and a grievance found me while I was there. I believe you had a grievance from yesterday, Jay.
I had an unresolved grievance.
Yeah. Do you want to go through?
Why don't you go ahead? Why don't you not sandbag the shit out of it and just
Well,
give us your grievance?
look, I'm not going to sandbag anything, but let's be clear, it's not going to be for everybody, and that's fine. I'm fine with that.
It doesn't have to be for everybody. It only has to be for these three people or two.
I expect that some people are going to find this like get over it or whatever. I'm not that passionate about it, but it's a small grievance. It found me, and I'll lay it on you guys and see what you think. People in public places, crowded public places, who will turn their fucking cell phones on to play video games and have the volume at full blast as if no one else is in the fucking room. What? I had to listen to some white trash idiot playing one of those Vegas games like E. Ching, ching,
Does it
ching.
matter that he's white trash?
Yeah, and his girlfriend was gross. Yes, it matters. I don't understand that. Why people have to have the volume on full blast and like oblivious to what's around them.
Yes, sir.
That would
Oh,
be
I get it.
annoying, especially in the Secretary of State. However, I got to tell you, I've experienced obviously really loud ringtones, but I've never experienced like sitting near someone with volume on full blast.
Well, I want to place a disclaimer here. If you've got a toddler and we're trying to keep that piece of shit quiet, and you want to hand him a little phone or a tablet and let him watch his little binkies shows, whatever.
You can't shake him
You
in
can't
public.
fucking shake the shit out of him in public. I get it. You know, I've got nieces and nephews, and it's like, thank God.
Yeah, but you
can
should be
just
able to
slap
turn
a
that
phone.
shit down. You don't need it full volume.
But
They should be able to wear headphones. That's what my kids did.
Agreed.
Headphones.
Oh, you mean you're polite and considerate and courteous to people around you, and you're thoughtful of your neighbors? Wow, what a genius thought that is, dude. It bothers me because there's no fucking way on the planet. Like, I am so aware when I'm in public around other people, like Easus in line at the movies.
Yeah.
But I'm just
The
like,
first thing you're thinking is, other people are. This is
dude.
distracting, and we're that guy.
and to me, it's like this kid is so fucking loud. He's got his phone, and for 20 minutes, it's just he's playing this game, and it's singing, and it's every time he pushes a button, it's bling, cha-ching,
How old's this
cha-ching.
cat?
He's in his 20s with his fat girlfriend, and she's not saying a word. She's just like laying on his shoulder, cha-ching, diddling, bing, cha-ching, and I'm like, is anyone else? This is
Man,
so unbelievable to me right now.
Your experience, it's an absolute bona fide grievance, but I just wonder how widespread that is.
I've
honestly.
experienced. I was going to say it's bona fide only because I've experienced this at Starbucks. In fact, not only have I experienced people playing games like that, I've experienced people talking on
Cell phones.
cell phones, but
You got this. You got it.
speakerphone, man. Like, I was at the Starbucks, I think,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, and
I've
some person is
experienced that more
full
and
on
more, yeah.
speakerphone conversation. I'm like, dude, we're in Starbucks. Like, she's like, I told her I was gonna do that. Blah, blah. I'm babbling on, and I'm like, you realize there's other people here. Like, I thought about starting to jump in on the conversation.
Weird.
Like, I thought about just like giving an opinion or something, just because.
There's another guy sitting there, Jay, and you know how they put people at their little desks and they make them take their test or whatever.
Sure.
And there's a guy sitting there, a black guy. He's got a little derby hat. It's dope, dude. Honestly, it's checkered. Kind of like.
Does it matter that he's black?
No, but I'm just giving you
Seems
full
like
context.
you're seeing race in this whole.
Well, I
establishment
pointed out the
here.
white trash guy. I'm going to point
that's
out the
what
black
that's
guy.
what I'm
No
saying.
big
I'm
deal.
just wondering what's going
It's
on.
kind of a Bear Bryant look. You know the hat. You get what I'm saying?
Dope as hell.
Yeah, it was fly, dude. And so he's sitting there at his little desk, and I'm listening to ching bling ching over here, and this guy is sitting here, and he's taking his test. Ching, ching, ching. And this guy is sitting here loudly, reading out loud to himself every question.
Oh God.
An explosion in Austin. Let's see here. If you got a yellow and it's about to turn red, are you supposed to stop, speed up, go through the thing? Uh-huh.
And I'm
Mike,
like,
I see what happened here.
who are these people?
Now I understand what happened. You're amongst the public.
Yes, that's what it was.
You're out amongst the public and you're objecting.
At this point in the song, he pulls up a picture of a black girl. Don't know why it matters.
I'm wondering that too, man.
And he's showing his current fat, gross, white trash girlfriend. Yeah, this is the girl I was telling you about. I was with her for a while. She just hopped in my bed. We was up at college. She just hopped in my bed and stayed.
He was up at college. His
Probably
credibility is
visiting-
shot.
Probably visiting a buddy, I'm guessing. But it was like, oh, great. We all needed to see the picture that you're holding up for the whole class to see, and we all needed to hear how she hopped in your bed and didn't leave for a couple days. That was great. Thank you for that. And I'm not kidding. I wasn't sitting next to them. I was 20 feet at least away.
Oh, man.
General public sucks.
I'm sorry you
man.
had to experience that, Mike.
I'm glad I experienced it, but I guess maybe it's just because I just want to be left alone
Yeah.
and invisible, that I don't want to draw any attention to myself in public ever. And it's just like the thought of just being blathering idiot or playing cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. 20 minutes, dude.
It's brutal.
All
But you got your license done?
I've heard enough of this.
Got your license
I'm
done?
very good to go. I'm all legal now. Yep. We can go to Minnesota. Agree?
You sure? Do you have it like stapled to your other one?
Stapled.
Is that going to be accepted?
And get this.
Does the TSA accept that?
Sure. She said, you'll be fine. And she said,
Tell you what, that Mike Lindell,
she goes, why are you going to, she goes, why don't you come back tomorrow? We'll get this. I go, no, I'm
Are
taking
you
a
now
flight.
identifying the person who helped you as black as well? Is that what you're doing?
Why would you say that?
Well, you're imitating this voice, and you're clearly doing your
I'm
black
just doing a
lady
female voice.
Sure.
Just doing a female voice. You're the one that
I'm
identified it as black.
amazed at how many times Mike has identified race in this story. Go ahead.
I technically didn't identify race with the voice. I mean, I would
Sure.
say. That's
You
what I
did
would
or
say.
you didn't?
I say you didn't. I would say you didn't identify
you,
race
Jesus.
technically.
Appreciate
Here, do a Jennifer Lawrence voice for us.
how you doing? This is Jennifer Lawrence.
Saw her butthole and I liked it.
Go ahead.
So I go, no. I need it done today because I'm catching a flight in the morning and I don't
the
want
nice
to be
black
denied.
lady
And she
responded,
goes,
Where you going? Where you going, hon?
and I was like, I'm going to Minnesota. And she goes, what's in Minnesota? And I go, Mike Lindell. And she goes, huh? I go, Mike, you know my pillow, Mike Lindell? She goes,
Yeah, I know Mike Lindell. Because I need to get me one of those.
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
and I go, oh, no kid. She goes,
You tell Mike Lindell that every night when I go to bed, I think about him because my neck's hurting.
and I
It
was
just
like,
sounds too exaggerated to the common person out there.
I said, Vanessa, I'm going to personally tell Mike Lindell that you think about him every night when you go to bed because your neck hurts.
he hears that from hundreds of people a day,
his
and
response would be to get a pillow.
That's what keeps him going.
He's going to hear it again tomorrow.
Okay, that's
And
great.
if I don't tell him, if I forget,
Vanessa.
Yeah,
Vanessa from the Secretary of State.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it?
Remember that. Got it.
All right, let's see what your grievance is.
All right. Changes in formatting that are unnecessary and distracting, specifically changes to formatting and written symbols. For example, $1 was the prior use. Now you're seeing $1. Or another example, 248-555-1234. Now you're 248 period 555.1234. The problem is it makes the info harder to read. It's wholly unnecessary. Why are you doing it? Is it because it's cooler? You're trying to set yourself apart?
Okay, I was lost until you got to the period in the middle of the phone number, which
You've never seen the $1 sign?
No, I don't know what that is exactly.
It's very millennial.
So
instead of going $sign, $2000, numeric 2000, people are going $2000 $sign.
That's bullshit. No.
Jesus?
Old man, I don't know what to say, dude. Whatever.
Dude, that is absolutely unacceptable. Changing the $sign position, that's like changing the percentage sign position.
I'm not even going to get to the hashtag. I mean, the number symbol.
Oh,
Right, the
pound sign?
Yeah. Not even going to get to that. I'm just going to say $sign and the periods and the goddamn phone number.
What is it? So do you think it's just cosmetic?
Dude,
the
it's
periods?
cosmetic. People trying to look cool. You know, it looks better on my business card.
they
I
don't.
look like futuristic. I look woke.
Is that why you were an early adopter to the pro period runner? Is that what you were trying to accomplish?
Exactly. There you go. See how ahead of the times I was? No, I did the $sign by mistake that recently, and I said, oh shit, my bad, or something like that.
They're like, no.
I don't know. And they
That's
told
a
me,
cool
they
way
go,
to do
oh
it.
yeah, this is how people are doing it now. I'm like, oh,
see,
cool.
it's
Dude.
like a thing that millennials are trying to get going, and there's no reason for it, man.
You know what? Here's what needed to happen. There had to be a starting point, and the very first millennial that did 200 and then $sign, whoever was there should have just absolutely open fist slapped the shit out of that face, right? And left a nice red handprint.
Yeah.
And when they went, what the fuck was that for? No.
Instead, they received the opposite. Applause.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yes.
You know what?
Let's
Now
all
that you
do that.
mention it, yeah, I mean, why would you give more authority to the $sign in front of the number? It seems like that's been the way we've done it forever.
Just the man trying to keep you down.
Dude, I mean, the number is really what's important. I really like what you did there. Instead of just smack, bam! What do you think you're doing, fuckface? No, never again. Don't do that again.
And I know the period thing has been happening in phone numbers for decades. But, dude, it has.
Decades?
It
Really?
has, yeah, I mean, you've seen it on business cards and stuff for a long time. I mean, it was even on business cards. That's how far it goes back. Business cards were
How do you feel about the parentheses around the area code?
I don't care about that. But the thing I don't like about it's just harder to read. You're not improving it. If you want to improve it somehow, improve it. But when you don't have the hyphen, it all blends together.
Agreed. I ditched the parentheses years ago.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to be special.
I don't really see people. I mean, I guess you see it. I personally don't do that.
You do that?
No, I do not do the parentheses.
Oh, you don't? Okay, neither do I.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't do that gay thing with a 7 with a line through it. Do you line through the 7?
Fuck no.
Okay.
0 with the line through.
Oh.
Come on, people.
Yeah, these
we
people
know
need
it's
to
not
be
an
shot.
O.
Yeah.
Okay.
These people need to be shot. Stop it.
Bona fide, right?
Absolutely.
Give me a bona fide plus to outweigh Isis's old man, and I'm good to go.
Oh, wait. Did you honestly declare him an old man?
Yes. Who cares?
I'm going to
So
go
be
bona
it,
fide
Isis.
plus.
Thank you.
I really am.
So I'm in full bona fide territory. Appreciate
Absolutely.
that, gentlemen.
Okay.
Isis, did you have one?
No, I
You
didn't.
just happy as a
He's
clam.
just happy as a clam.
I guess. I don't
Going
know
through
what to
life.
say.
Ignorance is bliss.
He's just shooting down other people's grievances for no reason. Just wielding whatever minuscule amount of power he has.
Yours is a bona fide. What are you talking about?
I understand that, but you attack Jay, and then you don't have anything for him to attack you back with. So it's kind of weak. Kind of weak, Isis.
This kind of goes against the email I just received from Sean. It says, in poem number 1021, Jay defends E's St. Patty's Day shenanigans, and then E backs Jay's MSU prediction. This sounds like a friendship is budding. Not to mention Jay visits E at Hamlin. Is this the start of a beautiful friendship?
look at-
Or the fuck you, dude? Is that thing a thing of a past?
Look, the thing is, I don't care what. I think that I am very down the line middle, more than most people, and I give it.
What's down the line?
will,
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't freaking take sides.
He's on a
so
roll.
if I hear Jay say, if I can back Jay up on something, I will. If I think that he's wrong, I'll say that, and then say the same about you. So that would be the answer.
Yeah, but
to
you're
that.
going back. You're going back a conversation to the one I had. We moved on.
No,
to that
This is
email
from the email. He says
that said that a budding friendship was going on, and I would agree. The two of you have hung out way more than Jay and I or E and I have.
Well, E and I get out, though.
Well, you guys go to theater together. You guys.
And I'd love to do that again, E, if we could do that this
I
spring.
said it. I
think
would.
that'd be
I mean,
delightful.
for sure.
Go see another Shakespearean play.
And here's the thing: they will make plans together and not even tell me. And it's
When
like,
have we ever done that?
you guys have done that numerous times.
When?
And last time, remember that time I went, I would have really liked to have gone to that thing. And you're like,
was
yeah,
that?
I probably should have mentioned that we were going to do that.
There's never
I
been
do
an
know
instance.
what he did say this to me,
See?
but I don't remember
See?
what it was. And
Is it the Massey limo day?
no,
No, it was a while ago.
I don't remember.
I'm just
honestly.
saying there's a track record of you guys making secret plans
That's
to go
not
out
true.
and have a
It's
blast
just, no,
together.
Isis and I just get out, and so knowing that you don't, there was probably something that we're just like, yeah, well, let's go do that, I guess, and didn't even think
Let's
of
just
you.
make
'cause
sure we don't
didn't
tell
know it was
Mike
an
about
option.
it.
We didn't know it was an
I
option.
don't think that
is it an
happened
option
per se.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to go to said thing, if I could remember
I
what
wish
it
I could
was.
remember what this one was because I do remember you telling me, but I don't.
But you
remember
guys
what
have
it
done
was.
theater trips together. You guys have done movies together, I believe.
Not movies.
Maybe not movies. What
Well,
was?
sometimes we're just at the same place. Like when we both went to Monster Jam. I mean, I know it was last
Oh,
year.
hell
but I'm just-
yeah.
But I'm just saying. I mean,
At the same place. You
Yeah.
guys purposely were at the same place to meet each other at Monster
No,
Jam.
he was with his pops, and I was with
Yeah.
Russell or Manny.
Well, either way. I think it's not even budding. It's budded. Full on.
Untrue. Fake news.
Fake news.
Wrong.
Should we get to actual news today?
Sure.
Should we maybe do that? Did you see a fourth explosion
Austin, right?
in Austin?
A tripwire, perhaps.
Perhaps. I don't like that when it's like the news is just breaking and it's like, it was maybe a tripwire. It's like, perhaps. We don't know. It's like, well, why are you telling me then?
Yeah.
Like, tripwire's dope, dude. Tripwire, that's badass. That's next level shit.
That's diabolical shit.
Yes,
That's
I
like
mean-
Iraqi insurgent shit.
Absolutely. And when you just lay that out there like, oh, it's possible it was a tripwire, it's
Yeah.
like, whoa.
It could have equally been, well, whatever. Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe somebody has a remote and they walk by and they fucking hit a remote.
Hit a cell phone button and detonated it. So 8:30 last night, Sunday night, in southwest Austin. I believe the other ones are more northeast Austin. So this
Looked like it to me, too.
yeah, pretty good distance away. They still think maybe they're connected.
Dude,
Like, really?
Of course they are.
Really?
Just the biggest coincidence on the planet that people be blowing people up in Austin like on the same day.
Right.
No, I just my thing is I wonder if he's trying to draw something. It's like
Yeah.
starting to form a J kind of.
Yeah. We were speculating that last week,
Yeah.
weren't we, that maybe it's the start of a shaft
Yes.
of a dick.
Yeah. Maybe the vein. We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
You
are
know,
we
maybe,
getting
we might have a dick going on here. We might.
the start of some balls? He's got a lot of work to do. If that's the case,
Yeah, but I mean, he's bringing it around, right? Arguably.
what, dude? He's literally the one dot away from the Big Dipper. I mean, he goes right here.
Yes.
I mean, maybe he's
If
just
he goes right there, we are absolutely concluding he's drawing a dick.
yes. But if he stops there, it's the Big Dipper, and maybe he's just a huge astronomy fan. You know what I mean? This is
I think
his
we better.
masterpiece.
I think we better contact the Austin police. I think we're onto something, gentlemen.
Can you imagine?
I figured I cracked the code. He's doing the Big Dipper. If you're near the Colorado River, get out now while you can. He's coming for you.
Maybe he's using the river as a vein. Shit!
Oh.
Changes everything. Gentlemen.
That would be diabolic, and it works. Hell, he could use some of those
people?
byways down there as pubes if he draws balls in. I mean, look at the action in these streets. These are just begging to be
You
pubes.
use the river as the urethra.
Oh,
Diabolical.
yeah. This guy's good. He's good. So
I wonder
anyway,
if that's ever happened. Like we always see it in the TV shows, the notion of like a bunch of crimes and them pinning it and being like,
Yeah.
now where's the
And they predict where it goes
right
next.
where the next one is based on these pins
They
and a map.
definitely have done that
You
on
think
shows,
so?
for sure.
No,
On
on shows they
shows,
have.
yeah.
I mean in real life though.
yeah, probably. I mean, I'm sure they have those big boards where they pin
Pins,
everything.
the colored pins.
Hell yeah.
I like to think they do.
This one throws their theory off, though, a little bit. Two fucking white guys in their 20s get blowed up. And they really wanted to fit that race angle in there.
Yeah.
Really were working hard, because remember, it was like Felipe Esperanza. who
Yeah,
was
well,
blowed
maybe
up and
maybe
then
now the story will be that two white guys happened upon this tripwire that was set for,
set for blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. That would make a lot more sense. But
and they didn't die like the black guys did. So
Very true. They were either pushing or riding their bikes down a sidewalk. Is that common for males in their 20s to be
Well, it
Ri-
depends on
riding
what the
bicycles?
situation. Oh, riding bikes? Yes.
yeah,
bicycles?
people ride bikes.
Okay.
I wouldn't if you got two dudes with bikes. So I doubt they're pushing them. I mean,
Well, I just thought, unless it's in an area where I don't know where the area
Subdivision.
was, but- oh, yeah, that's weird. I
yeah,
guess,
you're
but-
riding it.
You're riding it, right? The police chief, Brian Manley, said the latest attack showed a different level of skill than the package bombs used in the other attacks. It's very possible this device was activated by someone either handling, kicking, or coming into contact with a tripwire.
Gross.
Wouldn't you just go to the scene and go, oh yeah, there's a tripwire right there? Like, it seems like you would absolutely know that before. It was like, oh yeah, that's where they hooked it up across the street.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Right there. It's
A
clear as
wire
day.
to be tripped on.
Yep. Look at that thing. 12 feet long.
It was intended to be tripped upon.
Yeah, and it worked. It's tripwire. It's possible. We're looking into the possibility. We're working under the belief that they are connected to the previous bombings. This guy is on his game. This is what you want out of your sheriff, you know? So anyway, residents were ordered to stay in their homes until Monday morning. No school buses. Good news for the kids. Can't go to school with bombs going off.
Great news in Austin.
So before daybreak this morning, Austin police pushed another alert to the residents. Stay in your house. Continue to stay in your fucking houses, all right? If you need to go somewhere, call 911. Be like, yeah, I want to go to the store. I need some gas or something.
How long do you put up with that shit?
I
It's
think
like, find the killers then, man.
I think they just, I guess it's a big neighborhood, and they wanted to just, like, corral the whole damn thing.
Right.
And so they're like, just give us till 10 a.m.
Like the Boston Marathon bomber kind of thing? Where
Yeah.
they're just, everybody
Yeah.
in their houses,
Yeah.
going door to door.
Don't move. Give us till 10 a.m. We think we can
We're
rope
checking
it all
all
off.
boats.
They found a backpack. Isn't that always, whenever these things are going on, like there's just a garbage bag tumbling down the road? It's like, oh, is that a bomb? They got to bring the crew out. And so they did that with a backpack. It was nothing. They just basically blew up Sweet Pie's backpack that she left on the front yard.
Little My Little Pony backpack blown to smithereens. Crayola crayons everywhere.
Everywhere. And you know, you're sleeping late because you were hungover from the night before, and she gets up early, goes outside, and sees her My Little Pony blown to smithereens. Explain that to her. Oh, man.
Poor little tiny girl.
We want to put out the message, not only don't you touch any packages or anything that looks like a package, you don't go anywhere near it.
Packages are things that look like packages.
Jesus,
Yeah.
no touching packages.
Sorry.
What would be an example of a non-package that perhaps showed signs of a package?
Packagery.
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 Keep in mind, though, Jay, it's not a package. It's just showing signs that it might be a package.
Garbage. You know?
All right.
Some box that blows out of a garbage. I don't know.
The explosion was loud enough for neighbors to hear inside the home. Sounded like when transformers go out, but like 5 times magnified that, said Eliza May, one of the neighbors.
You know what the sound of a transformer going off is?
I know, right?
And how does she know that it's 5
It's this
times?
chronic problem in Austin.
She's thinking to herself, Eliza, was it 3 times louder than a transformer?
It always had to be 5.
It was probably 5. If anyone calls and asks, I'm going to say it was 5 times. The first was the package bomb, March 2nd, killed Anthony House. 2 more bombs exploded. That's where little Draylene Mason, that 17-year-old kid, full of life. You know, we saw a video of him like running down the beach, all smiles and stuff. He opened a package in his kitchen with his mom and almost blew her to smithereens.
Had that excitement. Oh my God, it's a package.
Package, you know, there's so much
Could be anything.
wonderment. You know, what's it going to be? And it's, you know,
Bam!
Oh, it sucks.
Death to all.
He dies, and then you had the Hispanic woman, Esperanza Herrera, who blowed herself to smithereens too. So the families, here's why they started to go down that road. I don't know if you'd heard this, maybe you had, Jay, but the reason they started to trickle down the race road at first was because the families of the 2 men who died knew each other, and both men were involved in activism in the black community.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and so that's where they got that from. Now, Chief Manley, and we've seen what Mr. Manley's skills are. I mean, he's pretty sure.
It's like Detective Phil Stoddard.
Yeah.
Chief Brian Manley.
Hell yeah, Chief Manley.
On the job.
Yep, Chief Manley here. And if the bomber is listening to us right now,
Probably is.
it's possible. I mean, it's available. I mean, who's to say? Maybe he's got great Wi-Fi and he's listening to us every day. We don't know. I kind of hope he doesn't fall for this because Chief Manley is...
He's setting a trap.
He's a smart one, you know. Chief Manley has called on whoever's responsible to come forward and share your message, man.
Look, just, you know.
Look, these events in Austin have garnered worldwide attention, and we assure you, we're listening. We want to understand what brought you to this point. We want to listen to you. There's the message behind what's happening in our community, and we're not going to understand that until you reach out to us and talk to us about what your message is.
Psychologist profilers are behind this going, this is it, he has some sort of manifesto or something that he wants
Of course.
the world to learn about.
And I'm just thinking, if he bites on this, dude, they're going to arrest you. Like, they don't care what your message is. They're going to pretend to care what your message is. Like,
you're so cynical, Mike.
Well, I mean, I just
Just
feel
like when people ask for a car with money with unmarked bills, they always in the TV shows and stuff, and then like a car and to the airport and a plane. It's like, dude, don't you think they're not going to give you a fucking plane and just fly you out of here?
I think of like when your dog's being an asshole and it's got your wife's dildo in its mouth or the remote and it's like and it wants to play.
Yeah.
And you're like, come here, and you get close and it's like, fuck you, and it starts running around the house. And you're just like, you motherfucker. And if you get pissed enough, you might go over to their treat dish and grab a little bone and be like, oh, what? A treat for you.
You're going to pull a wool.
What? Is that a treat? I'm getting a bone right now? No way. And then sometimes they just drop whatever
the
they
dildo.
had, and they come over, and you're like, get over here, you little fuck.
Here's your treat.
Have your treat. Good boy. You're a good boy, Poops. Get out of here, you. It's that kind of thing, and that's what they're trying to do to this bomber. Like, come on, we just want to hear your message. Just want to hear your
Do
message.
you think he's that dumb, Mike?
I don't think so, but dogs are.
Hey, you have an annual physical to make sure you're healthy. What do you do each year to make sure you remain financially fit? Mark Leibovitz, our buddy at LPL Financial, specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call him today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
I guess Trump is supposed to speak today, lay out his plan for the opioid crisis, and it is finally, we're going to get to work. The opioid crisis in this country. I mean, this is going to be a home run. I mean,
Good. I wish they would have done this 4 years ago.
Yeah. Well, we know how successful Just Say No was. Perhaps you remember This Is Your Brain.
It's your brain on drugs.
Yeah,
Is that the egg on the frying pan?
Of course. I mean, it's
Jesus, you remember that one,
I
right?
do, dude. I remember those eggs.
It's your brain. It's your brain on drugs. And they scrambled egg and it's like, holy shit. Huge campaigns.
Got milk?
Great success.
No, it wasn't.
Got milk.
The incredible edible egg? No.
No, that didn't have anything to do with drugs. But that's why we had those nice 30 years from the late 70s
yeah, no one did any
through the
drugs.
early
You're
aughts where drugs were just
No
done.
problem.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden opiates and everything comes blasting through the scene, and now we're left to.
Well, they didn't have a
clean up
catchy
the mess
saying like
again.
you said. They didn't have like.
Well, they didn't have a wall. He's building a wall,
Yeah,
man.
the wall's gonna do it. That's gonna stop the drugs. So he is calling for stiffer penalties for drug traffickers, including the death penalty where
Dude,
appropriate.
I
under
love
current
it,
law.
man. He's like, murderers get the death penalty. These people murder could be thousands of people.
Yeah.
Kill them.
I would agree with that, except I see some faults in it. I see a couple
You don't think
cracks.
the legislature will be willing to
I don't think
pass
it's
a law like that?
constitutionally sound.
No.
First off, no. But
Why not? What if you can directly show that this guy's supply killed 5 people?
Yeah, I know there are some congressmen who are like, yeah, that'll be fought up to the Supreme Court because I don't know that there's anything constitutional about that. In theory, I like it. I just know.
It shows how serious he is, right?
Sure.
What's more serious than that?
Yeah, it's,
That's a statement,
It's
dude.
bigly. It's bigly. But I feel like you could get into a thing where, well, what's your definition of trafficking? You know what I mean? Because believe me, I've bought in some pretty large quantities of shit that would definitely be trafficking
You
worthy.
bought them?
Yeah, sometimes you need to go in with multiple people to buy them because they're very expensive. And so if I'm just driving my way home and it's just personal use between a few good
Mike
buddies,
always thinks of the poor kid who got caught
Well-
selling acid on the card stock.
I don't want to be on a death penalty for that.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
It's
it becomes
like
this
there's a-
tangled web of
Yes.
possession and all that.
You know, and it to me, it looks like you can target like poor people selling drugs. We've seen this story play out before. When in reality,
And now you can kill them all.
Yeah.
See, it solves everything. You don't
Yeah.
have to put them all in jail and have your jails all overflowing. You can just kill them.
Yeah,
After
just-
30 years of appeals.
Sure.
I mean, we see how the death penalty works. It takes a while, but you get to kill them.
he also wants Congress to pass legislation reducing the amount of drugs needed to trigger mandatory minimum sentences for traffickers. A lot of this is pointing to dealers and traffickers, and I get that. No one's going to be a fan of them except the people buying from them. Other parts of the plan include this is going to be huge. This is huge. I love this one. Broadening education and awareness.
That's creative.
Is there any broader stroke than, we need to...
Oh, we just need to educate the people.
If people
and
just knew. If people only knew that these were bad for you.
Right.
And that they're addictive.
There is a place for that because, like, you asked me, a couple months ago when Russell hurt his ankle, you were like, so you went to the doctors, did he give you a bunch of drugs? Fuck no.
Yeah.
And moreover, had the doctor offered, I just said, fuck no. He's not getting opioids
because
to
of
take
what
home.
you know.
Yes.
But dude, at his age, I was definitely getting prescribed.
Well,
every time I broke an ankle.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
But we know that now. Do we need to...
Does everybody know that?
No, I think with this, Jay's probably
There's
right.
a
That
place
with
for
this
it. I'm not
one,
saying
I
that's
bet
gonna
there's
solve the problem, but there's a place for it.
We also need to expand access to proven treatment and recovery efforts. And I'm like, where are you finding those proven results-driven? Because the fail rates are like astronomical, off the charts, like 90% fail rate no matter where you go.
Yeah.
So where are these proven methods? Like they've been trying to find the
10%ers.
method that works. The 10%ers
Hunker down in your house and watch CNN.
There you go. The 10%ers are people that just really wanted to stop. They had enough. They fucking hit their bottom, whatever it was. But the other people are going to struggle for a long time. Like it is what it is. So I don't know, dude. It's just to me the idea of government getting behind this because most people don't know. They think that sounds great. It reminds me a little bit of the who was the CIA chick we talked to.
Michelle Assad.
Yeah, and you asked her about vetting process, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's a cute buzzword," but the people that are throwing that word around don't even know what the fuck.
Yeah,
that
what
means.
does the government do well? Let's think about that, right?
Exactly.
Anything? Do they do anything well?
And when you're talking about
they don't handle post well. I'll tell you that.
No. And when it's like, yeah, we're gonna get this done. We're gonna put this out there. We're gonna look for proven success things and blah, and throw a bunch of gobs of money at it. But it's like, that like the initial intake, if you don't have insurance, most people don't have insurance that are having these problems, is thousands of dollars, and then treatment for 6 months is tens of thousands of dollars in a lot of cases. So when you throw that out there, it's not like just going to a free AA meeting at your corner church. You know what I mean? Like it's a different. That's why.
So what do you propose? The government not do anything then?
I don't. Well, I've got my thoughts on what they could do, but
Tell me, Mike.
I will. The only way to solve the drug problem is through toughness, and we're gonna go after these drug dealers. It's like, dude, you were going after the fucking base level. If you're talking about drug dealers, okay, and I'm not talking about guys that are trucking across the border, gazillions of dollars of shit. If you're talking about drug dealers, it's like, okay, they're supplying something to someone there's a desperation there. There's also, this guy's trying to feed his fucking family, and it sucks that he's doing it that way, whatever. It's the first. But the fact is, there's an entire industry in the pharmaceuticals in Purdue that went out of their way, lied purposely, knew that what they were doing was cheating the system, knew that they were rigging the science and the facts, went to the doctors, pushed, bought them off, paid them off, and then loaded the country with this shit.
Yeah, we've talked about that many times. So what do you do about it? That's done.
You want to murder people, murder them. Those are the drug dealers. Those are the real drug dealers. Pharmaceutical companies made 60 million people fucking hooked on this shit for profit. I'm not worried about Lamont on 3rd Avenue who's selling fucking 50 oxys to people. How about the fucking clowns up there that line your politicians' pockets that are paying them off? And they're just like, well, give us a fine. Oh, it's crazy. We'll take the fine. Yeah, well, you basically infested your entire country with this shit purely for profit. And now what are they doing? Well, we're going to stop that now. And they're doing it around the rest of the world. We've read stories about it, Jay. We've talked about it. They're doing this around the rest of the world the same way they did in America under pseudonyms, under different names for the companies. So that, to me, that's where the buck stops.
You're behind putting government dollars, or you're for putting
I want
government
death penalty for all
dollars
of them.
toward prosecuting them.
Yes.
That's fair.
Dude, I would like just once. I can't tell you how infuriating it was to watch this documentary. I think I was telling E about it.
Here's the problem, though, dude. Real quick, that doesn't solve where we are. So I like the idea of going and punishing them for what they've done and what they might be doing around the world still.
Yeah.
But what do you do about the problem?
Dude, there's not an answer that I can come up with. Honestly, you know what? There are some countries that have done radical shit, and people will laugh when they hear it. And I can't remember which country it was. It was one of those, really white Scandinavian, whatever.
Finland or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. But they were having a tremendous amount of.
Not to shit on the Finnish.
No.
Thank you.
Sorry,
appreciate
Mrs.
Never do
Fady.
that. Hi, Mrs. Fady. Good morning. But they were having tremendous amounts of overdoses with heroin. And they went, you know what? Fuck this. People are dying because they're getting cut doses. They never know what they're taking. So fuck it. We're gonna let them buy heroin that we're running, and they've literally dropped the death rate to 0 by doing that. Now that sounds radical as shit, but it's like at least what we can provide is clean something.
What's the drink that replaces that? Right? People go and get their
methadone?
doses. Yes.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
What do you mean?
What's the difference between the government providing methadone clinics and heroin? I mean, do you think
people like heroin way better?
Okay, but I mean, what isn't the government trying to do that, and that's gotten nowhere here?
Yeah, but methadone, they just give you, it's very regulated, and they give you a tiny shot. You don't get a buzz from it. And you have to go wait in the line every morning. Every morning you have to go wait in the fucking line.
Just takes away your regular shakes.
Yeah, and half those people are selling them to people in the parking lot that will buy in black market. So it's a whole racket. And dude, most of those are in really shitty neighborhoods, and you don't want to go to a methadone clinic and wait an hour in line with those people. You just don't. You don't.
Have you?
No, fuck no. No. But it's, I've seen them. I mean, it's not pretty. It's
so
not
you think our
out.
government then ought to go the next step and go, yeah, we'll just provide clean heroin.
I know it sounds absurd. I mean, I've said for a long time, I think
until what? They die, like just the rest of their life, or what? Wean them off it?
No, I think you fucking legalize every drug out there, and then take the taxes from it, make $1 gazillion, pay for anything you want, and then people still have to abide by the laws, just like they do with drinking. Drinking's as bad as any other drug out there. But
dude, you just told me how destructive this opioid is, and you're just saying
yes.
Legalize it all and let people do as much heroin as they want.
I don't know what else the answer is. It's true.
I thought you had this solved. I thought when you printed out this story, you had a solution, Mike.
No, I don't have a solution.
I know, it's a tough
I just
one.
know this isn't a solution that will work. Financially, it won't. You would bankrupt the country trying to do, like, throwing these out there in these little, like, fixed things, and people go, yay, we got some good. It's like, no, you didn't.
It's not worth trying then?
Sure, but...
Depending on what the plan is.
Well, I mean, would a
Gotta try something,
if
right?
you need a tourniquet, would a Band-Aid be better than nothing? You know what I mean? I mean, that's what you're asking me, essentially. Is a
Great
Band-Aid
analogy,
better
Mike.
than
I like
nothing? And you're going to go, how big's the Band-Aid? And I'm like, I don't know.
Can it wrap around and clench really tight?
Can I use a lot of them and pull them really, really tight? Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, they're getting a lot of heat for this, but they want to increase research and development through public-private partnerships between the federal, National Institutes of Health, and, this is great news, the pharmaceutical companies. So let's circle them back into the mix and see if they can't
help
make
solve this
make
thing.
a bazillion more dollars to help solve this problem. It really means a lot to them. So.
Hey, spring's in the air. That means just a dainty little
That was
cupcake.
That was such a shitty comment
What?
that I made. You know what I mean? Like, I led you there. I don't blame you for taking the ball and running with it. I can't fault you for that. Why did I have to say beautiful, pretty little lady? She's not a pretty little lady.
No, she's not.
I mean, was she about the manliest looking woman we ever saw, like when we were young?
I once saw her in person. I think it was in Hilton Head, and we were
wrestling or something.
What?
Were you wrestling her or something?
No, but I didn't realize it was her, and I just her calves caught my eye. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, look at that person's calves, and then I kind of went up the body, and I was like, holy shit, that's Martina.
Where? Really? Yeah, those are some calves. Look at those calves. Yeah, she's all pissed off. I guess she's getting paid like shit compared to McEnroe for broadcasting Wimbledon. She is very angry about this. She's learned that Jonathan McEnroe is getting at least 10 times more than her.
Jonathan McEnroe is controversial and fun as hell to listen to. Is she?
Yeah. No, but
she's doing the same job on paper, right?
Yeah.
Could it be that he's worth more on the open market?
Well, possibly, but in the hashtag Me Too or the hashtag Never Again, whatever hashtag world we're in right now, that pay inequality is a big one. That's huge. So if you just throw it out there, it doesn't matter that.
Problem is, it's not a cookie cutter job. You're not fucking stacking shit at Walmart. Okay,
Right.
This takes individual skill.
But Wahlberg's getting $1 million, and I did it for $80. Not fair. Women need equal rights. And it's like, yeah, but you look a little deeper into the story, and you realize why that happened. But that doesn't make the headlines. So McEnroe earned in a list of BBC had the highest paid workers published last year. And so it was revealed that McEnroe earned between $210,000 and $280,000 for working at Wimbledon, which didn't sound like that much to me. But then I was like, oh, it's probably just a week long, though, so it's not bad.
It's nice.
Martina gets $21,000.
Ooh,
yeah,
that does seem low, Mike.
She was told by the BBC that she earns a comparable amount, so we were not told the truth. It makes me angry for the other women that I think go through this. The BBC responded to her comments and said, "Yeah, you're an occasional contributor, Martina. She appears on fewer broadcasts and has a completely different contract type than Jonathan does." Mm-hmm. And I would agree. Like, I didn't even know Martina was doing broadcasts, honestly.
I didn't either.
Yeah. I knew Jonathan was.
I thought she was just wearing awful glasses and bearing huge calves.
Yes. That's what I thought. And really bad haircuts.
And munching on, whatever.
Round the clock.
I don't need to go there, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, she can't even finish a match anymore before she's on the other side of the net, just a scissoring.
Carpet.
Just a scissoring.
She's got carpet fiber all over her tongue.
We cannot have her playing on grass anymore. We have to keep her on clay. She's only allowed on clay courts.
Did you know that there's a Johnny Mac movie coming out? Borg McEnroe? And guess who's playing McEnroe?
Dude.
Shia LaBeouf.
I saw that, and he looks awesome.
He's buddy, Shia LaBeouf.
He looks awesome.
I know. Pull it up, Easus. There's a trailer. I guess this... Oh, wait. Dude, this is a year old. Did this already come out?
I don't think so.
Is this unreleased?
Shia LaBeouf. See, this came out this month, March 2018, this article. LaBeouf is here to discuss his new movie, Borg vs. McEnroe, April 13th. He says, "I'm a terrible used car salesman. I have no interest in tennis. Zero. I only hate it more since having done this film. It's an elitist sport." The white cop that his wife was getting fucked by black dudes or something.
I think I remember that.
Or the black guy he kept calling bro.
It rings a bell, Mike.
Yeah, there was something like that. They actually asked him about that.
Well, I would hope so. This is his first fucking interview since then. Or big one.
Let's see. Where do you say it? Because was that in Georgia?
Yes, he's filming in Georgia.
Yeah. What went on in Georgia was mortifying. White privilege and desperation and disaster. It came from a place of self-centered delusion. It was me trying to absolve myself of guilt for getting arrested, and finally I fucked up. He was in Savannah to film the Peanut Butter Falcon. Boy, that sounds like a hit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About a developmentally disabled man who escapes from a nursing home to pursue his dream of becoming a pro wrestler. Actually, that does
sound badass. Sounds really badass.
The script was written by Zachary Gottsagen. He's like, just think Big E with a touch of the Downs. After viewing a clip of Gottsagen acting out some of the scenes, LaBeouf committed to the role of a crab fisherman who helps the wrestler to be on his journey. On set, they bond instantly. I mean, they are,
lockstep.
Yeah. But Gottsagen tells me that when he found out about LaBeouf's arrest, I was angry, mad, frustrated. I didn't want to work with Shy anymore. Oh, man. And so finally, LaBeouf, he gets out of jail. He attends a small party for cast and crew. No one brought up what happened the night before, in Atlanta in jail. Everybody was pussyfooting around it as soon as Gottson arrived. He beelined for LaBeouf. Ooh, now it's going down. So he beelines for LaBeouf and sat on the floor. They've talked for 20 minutes. Gottsagen told him, "You're already famous. This is my chance, and you're ruining it."
Great point, Gottsagen.
Yeah, Gottsagen. To hear him say he was disappointed in me probably changed the course of my life. I was still fighting. I was still on my...
Sure.
Look how fast they release the videos. They don't release these. Just on my defense mechanism, fear garbage. You can't do that to him. He keeps it 1,000 with you. He's got your 6, though, man. In the end, he's got your 6. Zach can't not shoot straight. Bless him for it. Because in that moment, I needed a straight shooter who I couldn't argue with. And that was Gottsagen for him. Gottsagen really put him in his place.
Turned him around.
Absolutely. And they came to a good place, and I think he's cool working with Shia. So hopefully we get to see Peanut Butter Falcons.
That sounds badass. Isis, do you have a trailer there? Does this look good at all? Or... So this is coming out, Borg v. McEnroe. I think I saw something on Twitter or some shit about this. Yeah, hitting a tennis ball
That's
against
Borg.
the wall. Borg was a badass.
Dude, they look great in their outfits that I saw. They really look like Borg and McEnroe.
Question, jerk off, answer the question. The ball was on the line.
The boof.
Look at them.
Yeah, dude, they do.
You cannot be serious.
Okay.
There's Borg.
So it's just called Borg?
No, it's Borg McEnroe.
Do we just see the Borg piece?
I don't know.
I'd rather see the McEnroe piece that's not in Swedish.
The movie
It says
called
Borg
v. McEnroe.
That's what it says here.
How do you have a clip like that and not have
Mike, there's
LaBouffe?
two sides to this battle. Maybe they're, that's the way they're teasing it.
I know, but
They're showing the
if you've got the two of them there, right?
juxtaposition between these two.
Borg v. Mac. You've got a trailer.
I
You've
kind
got
of
2
like
minutes.
this creative, Mike. No one's ever done it.
I agree.
No one's ever told the Empire's side and then the Alliance's side.
No. And if you have that trailer, you cannot have the trailer end without at least once in the thing going, you cannot be serious. You have to
You
have
heard him
Mac.
yell about the line. It was on the line.
He's either got to say, horse manure. I remember him saying horse manure to judges all the time.
He lost his shit, McEnroe
He was
did.
the best.
Yes.
You Cannot Be Serious was the name of his book. I mean, that's what he's famous
Chuck
for.
his racket, too, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, he was the best. Anyway, yeah, I guess we'll have to look forward to that coming April 13th.
That and the Peanut Falcon. Peanut Butter Falcon?
Peanut Butter Falcon, yes. All right, let's take a quick break. Interesting Family Guy episode last night.
Oh, I heard, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty...
Stewie, there was some news on him?
Yeah, exactly. And then a porn star chick over the weekend, the pizza delivery.
What a joke.
Yeah, hilarious. We'll get to that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, TDC listeners, it's Kelly from the Hamlin Pubs. I know it's cold outside, but we all know spring is right around the corner, and you know what that means. Tigers opening day, and we've got you covered. For $45, we'll hook you up with food, drinks, transportation to and from the biggest pregame bash party in Detroit. So make sure you call one of your 5 Metro Detroit locations to book your reservation.
now, bitches, here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast, powered by DealsInTheD.com with Mike and Jay. And during the break there, I made Jay watch a few minutes of the Family Guy episode. Send in Stewie, please.
That was weird, man.
Yeah, wasn't that kind of weird?
Yes.
I usually wouldn't watch that, you know, like on Sunday night. There's a lot going on. We're doing the show kind of late. And but for whatever reason, I picked up my phone and just looked at Twitter really quick and saw Family Guy was trending like crazy. I'm like, why is that? And people were flipping out about this episode. It's like, what's going on with this show? It's been on 15 minutes now and I haven't laughed yet. And it's like, what? They were really bummed out. I'm like, okay, I got to see what the hell's going on. But they ran this episode that was no commercials, straight through, and it was like Stewie at like his therapist,
Yeah.
the little baby, and
Just going on a rant, basically.
yeah, I mean it was like a 25-minute monologue or something. I've never seen anything like it. But did you catch that voice? Ian McClellan
Yeah.
was the therapist. But you know, everyone's talking about how, oh my God, for the first time it's real. Stewie doesn't really have a British accent. That's where it goes later when he breaks down. He doesn't really have a British accent. He just has a normal Boston accent. And so he's finally going to come out and be himself and talk like that. And the doctor's like, yes, you'll be just like everybody else. And then that freaks him out. He's like, wait, I don't want to be like everybody else. And so he reverts back to his British accent. You notice the heart medication thing he mentioned earlier in the episode?
I
The
didn't
heart
catch
pills
that.
on that thing. Probably you need to keep him in the office because you don't want Michael to be worried.
Okay, yeah.
You know, whatever. Well, dude, it gets grim as shit. This guy like pulls up at his chest at one point, the therapist, and he's like, Stewie, grab my heart meds. And Stewie starts walking over there. He's like, but you're the only one that knows my secret, and I don't. And so he just like sits down
Lets
and
him die?
watches this guy fucking die
Hmm.
for a few. He's like, are you almost dead yet? And the guy's like, Stewie, why would you? He's like, yes. And I'm just like, holy shit, they're going to let this fucking, I mean, it's a cartoon, but still, it's pretty fucking sick, man.
It's weird.
Yeah, it was a weird episode, but I thought it was kind of funny that, you know, the therapist is gay, and he finds a picture in the office of him and his boyfriend.
Stewie breaks the whole thing down from a single picture, like
and
the
just
whole relationship.
Destroys this guy. Yeah, it's worth a watch, I'd say. You know, why not? Check it out. You want to lighten things up, man? Speaking of death.
Sure.
Right around the corner. Do you have those videos from the USA Track and Field Masters Indoor Championships?
Yeah.
Did you see those over the weekend?
No.
Well, 2 world records broken in the 60-meter. Julia Hurricane Hawkins set a new record in the 60-meter in the women's 100-plus age category at 102.
Kick ass.
Hell yes.
Jesus, you went to what, the Michigan?
It was a Michigan
Olympics?
Senior Olympics.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do we still have to do this, by the way? This isn't grievance worthy, but do we have to say 102 years young? Like every story, it's like at 102 years young, it's like, yeah, we get it. She's an old bird, so you're saying she's still young. No.
It's kind of played out, isn't it?
Like the first time it was said, it was like, that's clever. Yeah, I get it. She's 102 years young. But no, she's just an old bird. And Hurricane Hawkins she's a speed demon. You got her there, E. Is that the first?
Which one do you want?
Oh, no.
Do you want her?
Or do you
Look at
want
these poops?
This might be a 100-year-old.
This is her down here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hurricane with an unorthodox starting style. Just straight up.
Straight up. Yeah, they don't get on the blocks.
Yeah, watch lane number 3. Okay, the Hurricane is going to have to come from behind here.
Here we go.
Oh, I was looking at lane 3. Jesus.
Oh, man. Dude, it's pretty damn good for 100 years old.
Fuck yes.
You know?
I'd be worried about him putting on the brakes, honestly.
And you in the back right there should be ashamed of yourself. But you're not even close. You're not even the frame.
That's who I was watching at first because I thought you just pointed to her as Hurricane.
102 years young, though.
Honestly, that's incredible.
You wait till you see Orville Rogers, who absolutely murders. I hope they carded him after this. Because Orville, they call him a speed demon. And, dude, I'm not even shitting you. I know I deadpan about this stuff, and then I joke, and it's like, Orville sucks. I think Orville could beat me in a race. I'm not even kidding. He's 100, and I think Orville would not beat me, would wipe the mat with me.
And he's in lane 5.
You'll know who Orville is. Just look for the speed demon.
Gotcha.
Go ahead,
Here we
Isis.
go, Isis.
How's your coffee? Pretty good. Looks good.
Delicious, yeah. Yeah, he's off.
Look at that son of a bitch. Look at that speed demon.
Holy shit.
Look at that poops go. Come on, my man. You can do this.
Orville's a former sprinter, you can tell.
You think so?
He's got some technique still left.
Yeah.
Certainly doesn't have the stride length he used to have. But
Wait, is he the guy passed out on the ground over there around the turn?
he didn't die, did he?
What's going on up there?
Oh, man.
No, that's just some guy
Banging
stretching, I
someone?
think, or something. You're talking about up here?
Do they have handlers catching them? Because honestly,
Yeah, you're worried
I'm
about.
worried about the brakes.
Yeah, hopefully they just downshift. They don't just go. They don't lock them up. You know. Yeah, I thought you'd like that though. New record set. And
How fast did Orville run that in? Do we know?
I don't know. Does it say in the story? E, let us know if you see it in the story there.
Hey, Hamlin Pubs are inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, drinks, and atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl, it's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations.
I've got another video. I think you saw this one, Jay. The what are they? Parasenders? They call them.
Oh, dude. The Mexican, the 2 in Mexico
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
beach. Oof.
Yeah.
Parachuters. I don't know. Parachutists?
They're calling them parasenders. I don't know if that's a different thing at all. Or maybe, I don't know, but a female parasender died colliding with another above this popular beach in Mexico. 47-year-old tourist, and plunged to the sand from pretty good height, hitting the chute of the other person attempting to land. I'm surprised that woman isn't dead too, but it looked like her she got
It
kicked.
stayed
but
inflated.
Yeah.
The other one just tangled, and the woman who died probably, I don't know, was 100 feet or something at least.
Yeah, Ursula Hernandez rushed to a hospital, pronounced dead. The other one really, received a little bit of treatment, but no serious injuries. I love how they put this in there too. Like the pair had hired, got the equipment from this company at the beach there, which made them sign a document which absolved them of any blame no matter what happens. Like, dude, you are on your own. In the event of an accident, you are on your own. Those things don't really hold up, do
You're
they?
in Mexico, dude. What are you going to do, really?
That's true. That's true. In Mexico, yeah. Actually, in one of the stories, someone said that, like, oh, in Mexico, what are they going to do? No one's going to give a shit.
Yeah.
But normally, I've always heard, like, maybe that helps, but
you can't waive gross negligence. Like, you can waive a lot of stuff, but if they were grossly negligent, something they did, but, I mean, maybe the training was grossly negligent, lack thereof. I don't know.
I would think.
But what are these guys? They're not jumping out of a plane? Are they parasailers?
No,
who have
maybe
been
that's
released, or
maybe
what is
that's
this?
what a parasender thing is. They said it's really popular now on the beach.
Let me bing it.
Parascenders.
Ascenders. I got ascenders. I don't
It is
have a
popular with
parasender.
Mexicans. Nah, no, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way they wrote it in this story. But you want to see the video?
American single-seat powered parachute that was designed and produced by Parasender.
Okay.
Introduced in '89. So I guess it's like a little powered thing.
Yeah,
They've got a little fan on their back or
there's
something.
no way they both jumped out of a plane together and then collided like that. Like they just wouldn't send you like that as a tourist, But if they both
You're
were
in
just
Mexico,
like
who
flying,
knows?
yeah, that's true. But if they're just like flying around, 100
Yeah.
feet above the water or over the beach, go ahead and play it, E.
Oh shit! And then there she goes. Yeah, that second one went right through the parachute.
Oh, they didn't show it?
I guess.
Jesus.
Oh shit!
They
Jesus.
totally showed it. The
Yeah.
one I saw.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah, you can. but
Ragdolled it from 100 feet up.
I don't mean to be a dick, dude, but I
Think it's survivable.
thought it was maybe like on cement.
Dude,
no,
we saw a Cirque du Soleil guy die
know.
from 15 feet up.
onto a stage, wooden planks, sand. I don't know. I was just like, if it's cement, I have no problem with her dying. Totally acceptable.
We're not talking quicksand here, Mike. We're talking a sandy beach. Yeah, what is it? Soft, like 3 inches down, and then what happens? Gets harder, right?
Yeah, it does, but that 3 inches is going to absorb a lot of the impact.
Here you go.
All right,
Oh man.
take 2.
I hate seeing people
Dude,
die.
why? I know. I'm shocked that this video is out there.
Oh, shit. Oh.
It's going to hurt. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I think it's that spinal column, Mike. It's a tricky thing.
That's
got to
be it, dude. That's got to be it.
What do you mean?
It's got to be like, if you, dude, any level of hitting your head.
Are you seriously wondering how this woman died?
No,
I mean, she just fell from 100 feet onto a beach.
I understand that. I know. But she's still got a drag of the parachute, sort of. I mean, like jumping off the roof, holding a sheet.
Dude, you could probably die from 5 feet if you hit your head just right. Maybe even less.
You
I don't
can
know.
drown in an inch of water. I understand
slip
that.
on ice and die.
Yeah.
It's grim, man. I hate seeing. Oh, it's just gross.
I know.
It's gross. Parasunder.
Would you do that? Because it looks fun as shit. As long as your idiot friend didn't run into you.
Honestly, yeah, it looked really fun.
Yeah, I mean, the first 10 seconds of it looked really fun. Like the last 20 seconds looked not fun. God, did you hear about this 9-year-old boy who killed his sister?
Sure. Well, she wouldn't give up the video game controller, right?
I mean, this kid's a fucking OG, right? Like when he calls for the video game controller,
he wants to play his first-person shooter game.
Absolutely.
Now.
Oh, his sister, Dijonay White,
13-year-old.
Dijonay White, yeah, would not give up the video game controller. 13, he's 9. You know, I mean, you can't let your 9-year-old brother own you like that. I don't blame her for not giving it up.
Who, DiGiorno?
DiGiorno, yeah. Dijonay White. Yeah, dude, that's like, would you let weed demand the controller from you?
Get the fuck out of here.
Beat it, you.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Didn't know weed was going to walk back with a gun.
Yeah. Shoot you in the back of the head. Bullet got lodged in entered her brain. Rushed to a children's hospital in Memphis where she died. Mom was in the other room feeding the other kids, doing her thing, like, probably, cumbersome gun. Probably just set it on the table there. Something, I don't know. They don't know how the kid got the gun or what, and they're not sure what consequences.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna?
He's
do?
9. I assume he's seen this on video games or TV. I don't know if he knew exactly what this would do. I can't answer that. I do know it's a tragedy.
It's like the Nathaniel Abraham, right? How old was he? 14 or something?
He was 13 or 12.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to what, juvenile something?
I thought he went to big boy prison, didn't he, for a while? And then he got out and started that sweet rap career, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right. 9, though, there's a big difference between 9 and 13.
No, you're going to send him to prison? No, he's going to go to juvie for a couple years.
Dude, I mean, don't do the crime, if you can't do the time.
I guess you can do the crime if you're 9. If only you knew the shit you could get away with.
Well, that's why drug dealers a lot of times, gang members and stuff, they wrangle those 12-year-olds, because they're like, yeah, they're not going to throw you in big boy jail. You stand on the corner and sell the shit. Boy, oh boy, that's got to screw a kid up, right? When he murdered his sister over a video game controller?
Sign of the times, my friend.
Because there are way worse, disputes you're going to have in your life, right?
If that's your method of problem solving, you're in trouble.
Yeah, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. For sure. And then, before we get to some email, Jay, porn star Christina Cinn. Wouldn't you go S-I-N? Even S-Y-N for Cinn instead
of... Too obvious, Mike.
Yeah.
Isn't this C-I-N-N? Isn't that what she does?
Yeah, C-I-N-N for Cinn.
Yeah, she's playing games. She's playing word games.
I don't think Cinn, ooh, you naughty girl. I think cinnamon.
Oh, I don't think that.
Really? With C-I-N-N?
No, not at all. Maybe Cinn was taken, S-I-N-N or S-Y-N. I bet it is, honestly.
Probably is, yeah. Maybe. Anyway, she alleges that a Domino's driver delivered her pizza and then propositioned her for sex.
Oh, wow. You're a professional whore, and you're surprised that somebody would proposition you for sex. Here's the problem, though. She gave her number. She calls into Domino's, orders a pizza at her hotel room. Mm-hmm. Dude shows up, delivers it, and then texts her later.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? She's like, why do you have my number? And he's like, well, I just wanted to check if, maybe you'd do me for $200.
Well, it's not quite that clear cut. And it looks like young Chris is going to get away with this if it was, in fact, him that did it. So she's staying at a hotel in Milwaukee, and he brings the pizza. So she gets this message from a number that she doesn't recognize, and she's like doing that whole thing like you said, like who are you? Why are you contacting me? Whatever. And he said, sorry if it's a problem. I won't text you at that time to ask you a question. Was offering you 200, but never mind. You must be one of those bad and bougies. It's where bad and bougie, according to the Urban Dictionary, is where you wear expensive clothing and you're always on to the fashion trends, or a woman who is savage.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, he knew right away she was a bad and bougie. So she assumes that this means pay you $200 for sex, but he doesn't say sex, and he says in the text, I delivered to you earlier, but he doesn't say pizza.
But what is a whore supposed to think, Mike? Don't jump down her throat. I mean, she sees 200 and she goes, okay, well, I'm thinking about it. I mean, I'd give you a blowjob for 200, but...
Yeah. Well, she's a porn star, not a hooker.
Okay.
So, no, granted, same field, different class. I think if he said 1,000 for an HJ, that's reasonable. But 200 for sex from an actual porn star, I don't know how much Christina Cinn is a porn star.
Yeah, who isn't a porn star these days?
Yeah, they're all, if you're in porn, you're a star, apparently. But I would think she would just be, like, flattered. You know, like, oh, yeah, you recognize me. You know, I'm a whore, so I get it.
Not in this Me Too environment, Mike.
Lose my number, weirdo.
Even professional whores can complain about this.
And so she writes them, would you accept this type of behavior from one of your delivery men at Pizza Hut? Now we're going to spin Pizza Hut into the Domino's
now
war.
Pizza Hut has to come out and say, no, you would not want
Well, dude, if he got her number through his job, I mean, that's...
No, but if it was Domino's, it sounds like it was... That's my point, right?
Oh, I gotcha. So she's creating a pizza
another,
war?
Right. That's
Yeah,
like,
I thought she ordered Pizza Hut.
No, she got it to Domino's.
She did it. She got Domino's, gets these texts, assuming it's this pizza driver, Chris, and then she's like, would you accept this kind of behavior at Pizza Hut?
I'm going to maximize the situation.
Like, why not just put out all the pizza places, Little Caesars and...
at Jimmy John's, everything. Let's get everybody involved.
Hey, Domino's, you need to have strict rules on sex harassment for your employees. These are actual screenshots from one of your delivery guys to me. I answered the door in sweats and baggy sweatshirt. I did not ask for this. This is unacceptable. Hashtag me too.
Shouldn't be surprised if you're a whore if you get propositioned.
I have a question, Jake, seriously. Like, I'm not saying does this fall under the line of just boorishness, or is this actual sexual harassment?
You can sexually harass a vendor or a customer.
Okay.
Yeah. But, dude, that's hugely inappropriate if the guy gets the number through the pizza joint and then he's following up with her. Like, the dude should be fired for sure.
Yeah, but I, like, when I call to order the pizza or something, they like, everybody's got caller ID and your address is already programmed in there. It's like, oh, is Mike, you still have the same address? Yeah. And so they just know. So I'm assuming... Like, he had, and then they'll give it to the driver, too.
Mike, would he have had her number had he not worked for this place?
No.
That's my point. He should be fired.
Well,
he's using the number for his own
nefarious reasons.
gain.
However, they would have given him the number in case you get lost or something. It's like you can call.
I understand that he had access. He had rightful access to the number for the delivery.
And she's a whore. So he can lay a simple proposition. It's not like it showed up at the
So
door
where were you going
up.
with the thing? Like, maybe it wasn't him delivering a pizza or something?
Domino's said they investigated the incident and found...
Dude doesn't work for them? They have no idea what he's talking about?
Found that the phone number Chris texted from did not belong to any employee at the restaurant. Domino's said the owner of the store contacted Cinn and explained the findings. I know that this customer was a guest at a hotel during this time. Certainly seems possible that she had other deliveries during her stay, as the text did not say the delivery was specifically pizza. Cinn believes there's collusion inside the restaurant now to... she's thinking about litigation.
The pizza
to cover
industry.
up an $8 an hour delivery boy job. Like, wouldn't they be fine with just firing him if it was?
Of course they would. And he'd be fine being fired. That's worth it. Like, dude, you lay that on the line, and it's like, dude, if she bites on the 200, you've got a great story. You're banging Cinn for an hour. Probably gonna lose your job for being an hour late back to the store. Dude, you can go down to Pizza Hut and pick up an $8 an hour gig. You're fine, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not excusing the behavior. I'm just saying. Anyway, I don't know. I'm with you, E. I can't imagine that Domino's would go out of their way to, like, make that up and go, no, here has that number.
Right.
Why?
Stick their neck out for some dude.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. Maybe he's got a burner phone. His asshole burner phone. Anyway, let's get to some email.
We do have some email, Mike. Before we get to email proper, thank you. On behalf of Isis, I'll thank... Who is this? Scott, for sending Isis this nice birthday card. It arrived a day late and $1 short, I'm guessing, because there is no money in it, but There's, it appears to have had quarters or something inside it. You can kind of see the outline of coin.
Yeah.
But here's the problem, man. There's about a quarter-size slit in the envelope.
Oh, no
Dude,
way.
somebody felt it in there and fucking just tapped out
Animals.
4 quarters or whatever it was.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Sons of bitches.
What if the guy was dying of thirst and there was a pop machine right there and he's like, oh, that fucking blue envelope, man.
It's probable. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you excuse the guy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, it was Easis's dollar, so.
Yeah, what do you care? What if it was like we didn't know, but it was like what my dad had, those like 1840 silver dollars.
Yeah, there
what
you
if there
go.
were 4 of those in there? Worth a lot.
Do you think this is the folks down at the Franklin Post Office, or do you think it happened en route?
Boy, oh boy.
I wouldn't put it past them, Mike.
I would. That's Mayberry, man. They're not into stuff like that.
Hey, if you want to write into the show, send your thoughts to email@DetroitCast.com. Kelly writes in, harkening back a few episodes ago, when you guys were talking about which of your teachers might be successful at being armed in the classroom, got me thinking about my own list of teachers. I'm pretty sure if my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Allen, had been armed, she would have totally pulled an Officer Walters on us. She hated us and she hated her job. There was a legit fire in the school, and she wouldn't let us leave until one of the administrators came to the classroom and told her she had to let us out. And that's brutal, man.
Yeah.
You will go nowhere.
It was a different day, man.
A legit
Teachers
fire.
had that kind of authority. They could do that.
I know.
They could.
They could hit you.
Fuck yeah.
I've been enjoying the show lately. What does that mean, Mike?
I've
Greatly appreciated Mike sharing the other day and have a much greater appreciation for the show and its beginnings.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Well, thank you to everybody that's written me. A lot of people.
Jeremy writes in, first time writing in, 2+ year regular listener. Also drive by the lovely Franklin cider mill on the way to work regularly because fuck Telegraph rush hour. It's probably a good move. I've used Franklin quite a bit lately. So there's a lot of pothole filling going on.
How far can you get? Can you take it all the way?
Yeah, I'll go all the way up.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a bad move.
Now, down to business. Is there an official smelling salt of the TDC?
Sure.
And is there an official method to squozing said salt? It seems fairly common and unpleasant to over-squoze. That's true. You can't over-squoze. Please advise, have you considered creating a TDC favorite link with the Amazon link? I've not considered that.
Should have.
I know. It seems like a perfect
bad.
place for Salt and Jay's dad slacks. Listen. The Prana Bronson pant is not a
Dad
dad
slack.
slack. They are not. I defy you to put on a pair of Prana Bronsons, mud-colored, and conclude that they're dad pants.
You've got pea green, mud, brown.
Mud green,
Feces, pea.
putty.
I think any pair of pants, no matter how stylish, if you're buying them in 4 colors so you can switch them on and out, now they're dad pants. That's not the bad thing, but that's what I would think.
That is so wrong. There's no logic to that. I found a pair of pants I like, so I got every color.
Yeah, that's
I didn't get the indigo.
That's a very, very... Did you get salmon?
No salmon.
That's a very, very dad move. Find a pair of shoes they like and buy 8 pairs of them.
But I've been doing this for 30 years.
I understand. You were like a dad 30 years ago at 15.
Also, another question for Jay regarding disliking your career and saying fuck it and quitting. What advice do you have for someone looking to do that besides having a friend inviting you to join a semi-established podcast? I'm offended. There was nothing established about this podcast.
Yeah.
Semi-established.
A little bit of an audience, but that's about it. You're right. As far as the groundwork, no.
Matt writes in, Seth Rich, his parents suing Fox News,
Sure.
for them claiming that there was a conspiracy
He's
theory.
the DNC worker that was killed in Washington.
Lawyer, my 2 cents on Seth Rich, says Matt. Seems pretty clear he was the WikiLeaks source. I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
Julian Assange all but said it, in addition to offering the reward.
Thought he did too.
Rich worked on the DNC's IT side of things, giving him the opportunity. Julian Assange did not all but say it.
He
If you watch
would
the clip,
never give up a source.
Nope. He's
but
very
he wouldn't
careful
deny it either.
He says it's very troubling, and he obviously threw that out in the same conversation.
Yeah. But he was saying it was it was not a Russian operative. Kind of alluding to that
Correct.
it came from inside.
There was an illusion.
And wasn't there something with the stick that those were put on, that those had to be done in-house? Is that the right story?
That seems like a conspiracy kind of fact to me. I've not heard that, but I could see people saying that.
No, and it could be a different story, but I thought it was that one about the amount of files that were taken from the DNC, that in order to do that over a wireless whatever to take it, from off campus would take, and they know what time it started and what time it ended. Based on that, they know that you couldn't possibly send them that fast. It would have to be dumped onto a stick. So it would have to have been done in-house on a stick. If it's the same story.
He was a Bernie bro, says Matt, who would have been disillusioned to see Hillary rigging the primary against him, giving him motive, many more things, but I'll skip to the point. Imagine for a moment the DNC or Hillary actually putting a hit on Seth Rich. In addition to the sheer public outcry over how terrible that would be, it also completely blows up the Russian narrative against Trump. The Dems have pushed that Russia hacked the DNC, but if it was shown that an insider got the emails with a thumb drive, totally blows up the whole Russian narrative and their whole grand scheme to bring Trump down. It's over. Literally, the entire Trump-Russia house of cards comes falling down. Wrong. They're not entirely basing it on the hack of the DNC. But I understand that would be a piece of it that would crumble if that were the case.
Absolutely, and you don't think Hillary's capable of murder? Ask Vince Foster. Oh, yeah, he can't. He's dead.
So
if it's true, in the back of his head.
If it's true that Seth Rich was murdered for being the WikiLeaks source, the DNC will fight with every tool in their toolbox against any suggestion that Seth Rich was the WikiLeaks source. Side note, regarding the parents, I hate to say it, if you've ever seen Seth Rich's parents on video, they seem like a couple of very dim bulbs. I've never seen them. It reminded me of Stephen Avery's family that you interviewed, only the Riches are from Nebraska. Interesting thing is that very shortly after the murder, Seth Rich's murder, the DNC gave the parents a crisis specialist to act as their family spokesperson. So basically, the DNC is controlling the message from them and possibly manipulating them in the process. Whole thing stinks, says Matt.
I agree. It does stink a little bit.
It does stink. I'd like to
I don't
know more about that.
Yeah, it was a weird story when it came out, and it remains one. I mean, it just doesn't, when you can't find motive anywhere, it's just like, usually there's just a motive. There aren't just random murders for no reason, typically. Especially someone like that, especially as crazy as that campaign was and what was going on. And
yeah, they would have done well to just take his watch and wallet. Then it'd be like, oh, he's robbed.
You're right. You're right.
It would be pretty easily dismissed like that. Kara writes in concerning DNA testing. Hi, all. A couple years ago, my son had his DNA tested. As both sets of great-grandparents on my dad's side were Sicilian immigrants, I assumed the results would indicate my son was at least 25% Italian. His results, 0% Italian.
What?
When I asked my dad about it, he wasn't nearly as shocked as I was. He said that just because his relatives were from Italy didn't mean that was the lineage. He reminded me that in the Middle Ages, everybody was conquering everybody, hence raping, pillaging, and forbidden love.
Ah, I love those days.
Therefore, creating just a big old mixed-up mess. So there you have it. You can never tell, Kara.
So where were they from?
I guess she'll have to write back in.
And that doesn't sound like the DNA test. It sounds like the other test. Wasn't that what you guys were bitching at me about?
No.
Like, DNA's not going to tell you where you're from. It's the
that's a good point. I didn't think that
ancestry test.
It'll show you. It'll show you DNA consistent with somebody from that region. Though. That's right.
Oh, you guys yelled at me when
I thought I was arguing. You're right. I yelled at you because I thought that you couldn't tell that at all through DNA. So you're right, Mike.
No, we were talking about genealogy, like just going family tree. I don't remember the exact.
I know what he's saying. I don't know, Mike.
Old Balls writes in. First thought. I say old balls. You say what?
How's the sister?
P.S. My sister's still dead. All right, on to his substantive message.
That is such a rotten... Dude,
what?
I feel
he
bad.
said it.
No, I know, but I play along, and it's a fucking awful thought. Poor guy, his sister died. Oh, how's your sister doing, dick face?
I say old balls. You say what?
How's your sister?
In response to our discussion concerning the corner, the Detroit PAL facility, this is regarding Tiger Stadium seats. Podcast hero, king, and Stay Puft Dude. Whoa. If I read that correctly, he's calling Isis a podcast hero.
Mm-hmm.
Is that consistent with reality?
No.
My
ex-father, a celebrity, though.
Yeah, according to Isis. My ex-father-in-law had something to do with the Tigers organization. We were never sure what it was. My ex-wife and I would get tickets a lot to the old stadium. We usually sat in the players' family section next to the dugout. We were 3 rows up and got to see Sparky and the players come out of the dugout every now and then and talk to their family. It was pretty cool. I was walking down the concourse with my ex-father-in-law and came upon, gross, Ernie. He walked right up to my father-in-law and said hello to him. The one and only time I got to meet Ernie. Unfortunately, I had to dump that bitch of an ex-wife because she tried to stab me with a hair pick. What?
That should be the email.
What did he say?
I know. What are we talking about? Tiger Stadium.
Everyone remembers Tiger Stadium.
Balls? Thanks for your Tiger Stadium memory, old balls, but I think we need to hear about your old lady trying to stab you with a hair pick.
Yeah, I want to know more about that. Ernie
That
is
just
a
ended?
sweetheart
Like,
of a man,
that's
though.
just where that ended?
Yeah. P.S. My sister's still dead.
I do. He's right about Ernie, though, that little son of a bitch. I love Ernie
This engaging little man.
Oh, tell you, dude.
Mike, how are you?
Hey, kiddo, how are you? Yeah, he was great. How did Ernie? Trying to think.
Did he have a way of greeting every time?
Yeah, it was like you'd call Ernie's house, and like his wife would answer the phone. Lulu.
Was it a house sitting by the side of the road?
Yeah, and Pawpaw. And it'd be like, hold on, let me get Ernie for you, you know. And Ernie would come to the phone. Hey there, Mike, how are you? You know, and
Just an unmistakable voice.
Dude, and he was just the sweetest man on the planet. It was just like, hey, Ern, you got a few minutes? Well, of course I do. You know, I don't got to be anywhere. Lulu's got to. He was like Newt. He always mentioned Lulu.
Really?
Yes.
It's like
always.
Callista.
Yes, exactly. Well, Lulu's got me. I'm free for a couple hours. You know. And you'd put him on hold, and he'd talk, and he was just great.
And then he died.
And he's a legend. At this point, he's a fucking absolute legend. He's a legend. You know, you try to ask him about, like, dude, were you pissed when the fucking Tigers got rid of you? Remember those few years?
Sure.
Like, yeah, Ernie's washed up. Get him out of here. Oh, no. Yeah, you know.
I understood it.
Yeah, I understood it, and they brought me back. And, oh, yeah, Lulu was happy when I got out of the house more.
Did you go see him when he was lying in state?
No.
That was
repose.
That was weird, wasn't it?
I always think that's weird.
Yeah, but to have like a Tiger announcer at the stadium lying in repose state, whatever it is.
Yeah. No, it's
I guess
very
people
weird.
are like, taking selfies with him. Like,
Yeah.
What's the protocol there? Certainly not a selfie.
No, I don't think you're supposed to do selfies. No. I mean,
A kiss on the cheek?
no, you can't touch him.
Why? He's Ernie. He's
Well-
sort of like everybody's guy, you know? A little peck on the cheek, forehead.
You can't.
Definitely
touch
not
him,
on the
dude.
lips, Jesus. Don't even say it.
You can't touch him. You can't put a pen in his hand
Just
and
a
make him
little
sign an autograph for you.
Good night, sweet prince.
No, they drag you out of there as in cuffs if you did that. The whole process is fucking weird to me, dude. Remember when I was in California and we went up that mountain to see where my grandparents are, and I walked by the one room, and there's just some dead woman laying there.
Okay.
And like getting ready for her party, right? It's her fucking party is about to start.
Just
There's
laying on a slab?
Dude, there's no one. No, she's in her coffin, but I can see it.
Sure. You've been to a
And it's
funeral
like-
home. You walk by other areas, and there's other bodies.
But dude,
yeah.
I just assume like you waited for the
Like the big
people-
unveil.
Well, you wait for the party. You know, people get there, they start having some drinks, whatever, and then you wheel in
Wait
the
for
guest
the
of
lights,
honor.
the curtain opens. Boom.
You wheel in the guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen. If we could have your attention, you know, and then
Put your hands together, everybody. Mildred.
and then they wheel Mildred in, and you know, and whatever.
But no,
she's
just laying
she's
there.
just sitting there, dead as fuck.
Yeah.
and
It's just
I'm
an
like-
open house. You can go see Mildred.
I'm like, I always thought that they would, you know, like the guest of honor. You know, you don't want to be the first one to your party. It's just creepy.
Reason
man.
number 932, you get cremated.
Totally.
Yeah. All right.
Totally. And then punted off a bridge.
We've settled that. Out of your coffee can.
That's right. I just want to blow back in your guys' faces. That's all. Just like the dude.
The dude.
The dude.
Hey, we'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
We're not here tomorrow, Jay.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, you're so excited. It's Mike Lindell Day tomorrow.
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
I can't wait, dude. We're going to see Mike Lindell tomorrow, as long as our plane doesn't crash. So we will have full updates. What do we land on? The best stuff for tomorrow?
Yeah.
While we're gone all
You're
day?
going to Facebook Live this shit, Jesus?
Yeah.
The meeting of
Some of it.
Mr. Lindell?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
not the whole day, obviously.
No.
Yeah. And fingers crossed, gentlemen, if we have a couple extra hours, might zip over to Prince.
Hell yes. Paisley Park.
Hell yeah. So have a great rest of the day, everybody. We'll be back live in a day after tomorrow. And wish us luck for Lindell Day. See you soon.
You You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.